My co-founder and I are I'm from the north of Argentina. My co-founder is from Patagonia. We grew up surrounded by beautiful nature. We wanted to protect that nature. And of course, climate and nature are so interrelated. I'll talk about that in a minute. But of course, we knew that alone we couldn't do it. So we went and recruited an incredible team coming from all these organizations. And it's been amazing to see people from all these companies that want to join the climate cause. And it's been really refreshing for us to be able to hire people from all these companies. Nature is a critical climate solution. A third of emissions today come from land use change. That means burning forest or doing agriculture in a way that emits too much carbon. But nature can also be part of the solution. We can sequester several gigatons of carbon every year if we were to reforest the 2 billion hectares that we have available for restoration around the world. So what we must do, in addition, of course, to moving away from fossil fuels, is to stop deforestation, to reforest the planet, and to do regenerative agriculture, and oceans as well. Now, how do we use AI? We use LiDAR, satellite, radar, and any type of remote sensing data that we can put our hands on to train machine learning models to do things such as estimating how much carbon is there in a forest today, to monitor the change of a forest cover, detecting deforestation in real time, and to assess the baseline of business as usual. That is to determine what is going to happen if we don't intervene. What is the expected deforestation or the expected natural regrowth on an ecosystem? And to do that, for example, we look at historical data. Landsat has been collecting data since the 80s. And we develop an algorithm that basically matches pixels inside and outside an area of interest to determine what is the most relevant comparison, considering things such as slope, vegetation type, closest to roads, closest to rivers. These are the drivers of deforestation. And then we use that to assess what is the risk of deforestation. And these are the things that you need to be able to estimate the carbon credits that should be given to a project that does reforestation or conservation. So what we've done is to build these tools to, we say, modernize carbon markets. You guys might be aware today there is a market in which companies can invest to compensate their carbon emissions by sending money to projects that are doing conservation or restoration, but this is a market that everything was done manually, and as a result of that, there's been many mistakes on this market, and I'm sure you read articles speaking about problems of carbon offsets. So our vision is to help build what we call a DMRV platform, digital monitoring, reporting and verification for nature-based carbon, and we're partnering with key organizations that are either issuers of the carbon credits to adopt these technologies. We have applied these data sets and these technologies to analyze over 150 forest carbon projects around the world, learning a lot along the way, and highlighting the most impactful projects that have done calculations right. And we have brought those projects to some of the best companies in the world, including Salesforce. We're in this building, who are investing on these projects. And now we are moving into helping start new projects from scratch, something we call Pachama Originals, in which we use all these data sets to help design projects, to help actually also qualify land, because you go to a country and you need to know where to focus on. So we use geospatial data to know where to go and to quickly determine which projects should be started. And our moonshot is to help protect and restore 100 million hectares of land by 2030, primarily in the global south, which is where tropical forests are. And of course, the global south is going to be one of the worst victims of climate change, even though we didn't put that many emissions in the atmosphere. So I think that protecting and restoring nature is also a climate justice movement. And I'm very excited to get to know you guys and see how we can take advantage of this amazing advancement in AI, in geospatial data, in cloud computing, and in all these technologies that can help us make carbon markets work. Thank you.